The children are asleep. The last cup is still in the sink. You sit on the edge of the sofa and scroll for 20 minutes without absorbing anything. You are not resting. You are waiting for something in you to refill so you can go to bed. And it does not. So you stay there anyway. Because these are the only minutes when nobody is saying your name. You are not sleepy. Sleepy is a problem sleep can fix. Burnout in motherhood begins when getting through the day becomes so ordinary that you stop noticing how far you have drifted from the person who used to live in your body. Most mothers expect burnout to look dramatic. Crying that will not stop, panic in the bathroom, a collapse everyone can see. So while you are functioning, you assume you must be fine. Lunches get packed, forms get signed, spills get wiped, and bedtime still gets survived. From the outside, you look capable. Inside, everything runs on obligation rather than energy. Life has narrowed down to maintenance. Functioning well and being well are different conditions. And plenty of mothers perform competence on empty and get praised for it. Then a child says mom before you have finished answering the last mom. Water, one more story, the specific yellow cup. None of it is unreasonable. Something in you tightens anyway. That irritation is not evidence that you love your child less. Your mind treats every request as another withdrawal from an account overdrawn for months. The tea you made at 9 gets reheated at 11, then at 1, and you drink it cold. Even decisions get heavy. What to cook, which clothes, whether the bath can wait. Choices that took 3 seconds sit on your chest now because deciding is work and you have been deciding since 6. Another sign is the work nobody sees. Somebody has to remember the vaccination due next month, the form due Friday, the medicine running out on Tuesday, that there is no bread. So when an adult who lives in the same house asks what is for dinner, it lands like an invoice. A partner who helps willingly is a real relief, and there is still a difference between helping and holding. If someone can only act after being told exactly what to do, the task may leave your hands, but the management stays in your head. It is why another adult sitting down without checking what is still undone can spark a resentment that startles you, and why you sit in the parked car outside your own house before going in. Your body lies down and your mind clocks in. You replay how you spoke at 6 o'clock and decide it was worse than it was. You calculate how many hours of sleep are left, then recalculate 15 minutes later. You listen through the wall for a cough, a door, a cry. Being physically still is not the same as recovering. Some mothers stay awake past the point of sense, not because the show is good, but because going to bed means surrendering the only part of the day that belonged to them. Then small feet hit the floor at 5:43, and something in your chest drops before you are awake. Another sign is the personality shift, and it frightens women most, because it feels like evidence about who you are. A patient woman starts snapping. A playful one cannot make herself play. An affectionate one flinches at being touched, hides in the bathroom for 3 minutes, and gets found anyway. An organized one stands in a doorway with no memory of why she walked in. A confident one second guesses calls she used to make without thinking. A sociable one stops answering messages because a conversation is one more thing being asked. Prolonged overload can produce all of this, and so can other things, which is why changes that persist deserve a doctor rather than a private verdict about your character. Something else flattens. The birthday you planned, the beach day, the afternoons meant to be the reward, all start registering as logistics. You take the photographs and smile in them, and watch the whole thing through a screen while feeling far away. You can love your children completely and still be too depleted to feel present with them. And that gap is where the shame grows. A lasting loss of pleasure can also be part of depression, worth taking seriously rather than filing under character. Then the cycle starts. You feel depleted, so you are short or distant. You notice being short, so you feel guilty. To repair it, you say yes to more. The elaborate lunchbox, the themed party. You turn down offered help because accepting it would admit something. The compensation increases the load. The load deepens the depletion, and around it goes. Guilt is very good at passing itself off as devotion while pushing a mother past her limit. Nobody films an ordinary Tuesday, and yet the standard insists every day of childhood become a memory. If you enjoy the crafts and the cakes, make them. The trouble starts when they are made out of fear. The body keeps its own record. Fatigue sleep does not touch. Trouble falling asleep despite exhaustion. Headaches, a jaw that aches from clenching. Stomach trouble, forgetfulness, poor concentration. A heart that races for no clear reason. Noise that never used to register becomes unbearable, and you catch every virus in the house. All of this can accompany chronic stress. It can also come from anemia, thyroid problems, medication, or conditions only testing can identify. So if these signs are persistent, new, worsening, or interfering with daily life, get checked. One more sign disturbs women more than the rest because it does not look like exhaustion. It looks like wanting to leave. Not to abandon anybody. A hotel room with the curtains shut. A long drive with the phone off. Somewhere nobody needs anything from you. That fantasy is usually about relief and uninterrupted recovery rather than leaving your family. It is a separate matter from thoughts of harming yourself or your child, feeling your family would be better off without you, or feeling unable to keep going. Those are moments to reach for urgent help immediately through a doctor, an emergency service, a crisis line, or someone trusted who can stay with you. Not something to carry alone after a video. You have already been handed the advice. Take a bath. Baths help, and so do naps and coffee with a friend who makes you laugh. But no bath offsets an unequal division of labor, months of broken sleep, isolation, money pressure, and a week with no recovery in it. Adding small pleasures on top of an unsustainable load leaves the load where it was. Recovery has to involve subtraction. Nobody drowning in routines needs another routine. Start by telling the truth about what you are carrying. Write down everything you are responsible for, including the invisible items, and mark each one essential, reducible, shareable, or finished. Most mothers keep endless to-do lists and have never given themselves permission to write a stop doing list. Ask for help in a form that can be handed over. I need more support is a feeling. Bedtime is yours Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from bath to lights out is a transfer. So is owning school communication, messages included. Owning a responsibility means noticing, planning, and finishing it without a reminder. And that separates a helper from a second adult. Lower your standards deliberately wherever health and safety are not involved. Simple food. The same outfit twice if it is clean enough. A shop-bought cake. Protect small, dependable pockets of time nobody can hand responsibility back into, even 40 minutes on a Sunday. If symptoms are severe or persistent, or resemble depression, anxiety, or a postpartum condition, take them to a professional. Not every mother has money, relatives nearby, childcare, or a cooperative partner. And none of this came from poor time management. Tonight, the house empties out of noise again, and you sit down with nothing left to enjoy it with. That does not mean you are bad at this, or love your children less than the mothers who look fine in photographs. It usually means you have carried more than one person can hold, with too little sleep, help, or acknowledgement. Before this week ends, name the one responsibility taking the most out of you and decide its fate. Shared, simplified, postponed, or dropped. Just the one.